Hey mommies, how are you? I hope that everyone is having an awesome day. Say hi. Hi. So Isaac, the last few days, has been like kind of a little bit out of his usual self, which is always happy and content like this. So we finally have him back today because the last few days he was doing some major teething. And oh my god, and on top of that, he just doesn't want to sleep in his crib anymore. In fact, that's his crib there. We had to take the mattress out and put it here on the floor, and this is where he's sleeping until we can get the gate thing fixed here, which is a hassle. You have to kind of take this whole thing apart and put it on again. So because now he wants to sleep just like Samuel in his own little bed. So so it's been a lot of few changes. In fact, he got so mad when I put him on his crib to sleep the other day. Like, I put him down and within 2 minutes he climbed out of this thing on the floor. I have no idea how, because the camera thing here was turned off, and then he was next to the door, like banging on the door. So I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, so this was necessary to do this for his safety and everybody else's. And I wanted to just talk with you moms today because I've been dealing with something that has been kind of challenging lately, and I know that most moms go through that too. You kind of go into this phase and this like cycle where you just get so mad about everything. And obviously, you know, I have a baby, well, not a baby anymore, a toddler, and another toddler, and this guy is teething, the other one is potty training and having lots of accidents and lots of stuff going on. And on top of that, he's also, you know, a power kid, so he's always trying to get around me and to have his way. So sometimes I'm usually someone who's super calm, you maybe noticed, and I'm just really easygoing. I don't get upset. I hardly ever fight with anybody, so I'm just super calm and stuff. And my husband can vouch for me. And lately I've just been turning into this like psychopathic mom that's always mad and always like yelling, and I'm like, God, I never yell. My throat hurts from yelling. So what's happened to me? And then on top of that, we have Felicia, our dog, that's so needy sometimes. So lots of things have been going on. And I actually came across this great post that a friend of mine shared with me, and it was really cool because it just helped me to like, whoa, come back to earth again, and just kind of like take a step back and just realize that, you know, our toddlers, they go through so many different emotions and so many different things that sometimes you have to come down to their level to understand, to kind of like communicate better with them, to understand them better, for them to understand you better, and for everything to kind of flow better. So I'm going to share with you this awesome post that I read about, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like positive parenting. Okay, yeah, but you have to be realistic. You know, we live in a realistic world. Everybody's kids are different, but sometimes some of these things are really useful, and I have been testing them out, and they have made a big difference with Samuel, in fact, and even with Isaac too, because sometimes when kids are Isaac's age, where they can't talk and express themselves, body language and your demeanor means so much and makes such a big difference in being able to communicate with them effectively. So I even made like little post-its, and I'm like sticking them around everywhere. So I just wanted to go through just my top tips if you're gonna get anything out from this video. And some of them are, so basically it's kind of like all the time you find yourself like, don't run in the parking lot, or don't do this, or don't touch that, it's hot. So instead of saying that, you know, we teach the child like what, you know, what the danger is basically, and then challenge their thinking skills. So say like, hey Sammy, what do we need to remember about this? And then so you're challenging him to be able to think for himself, which eventually later on in life he's going to be able to, he's going to need to do that. The other thing is that happens to me, your children are like a mirror of you. Eventually they become you. So something that is really important is we tend to raise our voice, and then when our kids shouts back at us, we're like, why are you shouting? Don't shout at me. Well, if I shout and yell all the time, what is this kid gonna do? They're gonna shout too. So try and talk softly And something that I've noticed has really worked with Samuel, and I've read a lot about that, is whispering. So I'll say, let's try a whisper. And then he'll whisper back at me. And then he'll remember this, and then he's like shouting less. Because like I said, I went through a spur of like, oh, just having a meltdown all the time. So he started yelling a lot, and he'd be like, you mommy, you listen to me mommy. And he would even point with his finger and say the exact thing that I would say to him. So you go on timeout. You mommy, you sit down. That's what he would say to me, like literally. It was scary looking at him like, oh my God, this is me in tiny version. So I've been practicing that one a lot. And then empower them. Like say to them, would you, like instead of saying, you know, do this, move, sit down, you know, say kind of would you, you know, polite, be like, we wouldn't say to, like if we go to Starbucks, we're like, give me that coffee, you know, we're like, oh, would you please do this for me, or you know, think of it in that manner. Would you talk to somebody else like this, and why would you talk to your child like this? So, you know, be polite. Again, when they make a mistake, acknowledge it. It's good. I've been learning a lot of that with the potty training. So acknowledge it, but you don't have to give time out for everything, you know. I was with this thing because I do a lot of time out at my son's daycare. Obviously, I have a gazillion different kids there, and they have to do something to control that. So what I've been doing is like, you know, what did we learn from this? You know, what happened here? So that's what I've been doing, and it's made a huge difference. So, and also again, it challenges his thinking skills. He acknowledges what he did wrong, he understood, and he learns from it. Come down to their level too. Like sometimes we expect kids to understand schedules, like, oh my God, I have to go to the bank. We have to leave in 5 minutes. So he's like, the bank? You know, that kind of like, that's what I've been trying to do, come to their level. Viviana, yeah, I know you have 2 kids too, and pretty much the same age as me. So yeah, you can definitely relate to this too. So come down to their level. So like if you need to move fast, like you have to go do something, like, okay, you know what? It's racing car time. Let's move. Racing car. Or you want him to go slowly because he's being a little bit too hyper, like tends to happen with mine. Okay, you know what, Samuel? We're on turtle time now. So we walk really slowly. That one's worked really good for me. What else? Give warning. So kids like to be in charge of their own destiny. That's why routines and schedules work so good with kids. So give them warning, like, okay, if you're gonna leave in 10 minutes, be like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna watch 10 more minutes of Paw Patrol or whatever, or we're just gonna play 10 more minutes with the block, and then we're gonna have to leave, okay? So this is the last 10 minutes, okay? Or this is the last one. And then when it's time to leave, it's like, okay, 10 minutes are up. We have to leave now. And then he knows, he's being pre-warned that that was going to happen. It's not like, oh my God, why did you just turn the TV off on me? Or why did you just pack away my blocks, you know? This guy's walking really good now. Let me do another one really fast. Please, the power of please. Instead of saying, you know, do this, again, the manner thing. And the other thing is, be explicit with kids. Like, tell them what you need from them. Don't expect them to know what's right from wrong all the time. You know, they're not adults. So say, I need you to please be careful, or I need you to please stay here. I'm going to do this thing. So, or for example, if they're jumping on a bouncy castle, be like, don't be like, just be careful, be good. No, just like, I need you to look around. There's other kids jumping, and I don't want you to bump into anybody else. That one was really good. Anyway, there's a bunch of them that I've been learning. I just wanted to share some of the top ones, and a actually 2 really important ones before Isaac takes my stand here. A really important one is crying. Acknowledge your kids' feelings when they cry. Don't just be like, oh my God, you're always whining, or you're always crying. No. You know, it's okay for you to be mad. You know, you fell over, or it's okay for you to be scared. It's okay for you to be, whatever emotion they're going through, acknowledge it and say that it's okay. And then help them transition through it. Like, what can I do to make you feel better? Or I know that you're going to get through this. I know that this is going to pass. You know, to help them transition so that they can move over a tantrum or an episode faster. and better, okay? That was another really important one, and there was another really important one too that I had here. Unconditional love, yes. Really important that your child understands that you have unconditional love, no matter if they're teething, if they're potty training and having a million accidents, if they're whatever. You love them no matter what. As soon as they understand that concept, they will behave better, they will not retaliate against you, and they have a sense of belonging. And there was another really important one that I had here. I've been learning a lot lately with this stuff. About breathing and self-control. That one really works for me because sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I am going to lose it. So that one really helps. And just like also help your child learn to have self-control. So you know what, I know you're upset, so you know what we're gonna do, we're gonna count to 10. 1, 2, and count to 10. Once you do that, you can ration better, you can have better control, and you can kind of think, okay, what's my next step to take? So just wanted to share some of those. Hey, Isaac, look over here, look. Let's say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Have fun. Bye. I'm going to share the link of this post of all this stuff that I've been learning because it's been super, super useful. And I just want to share it with you, moms, because sometimes it's easy to just lose your